Hey everyone, welcome to this weekly Sidereal Astrology forecast for the week of August 5th to the 11th of 2024. Alright, so this week we have still the continuation of the new moon. We just had a new moon last Sunday. It's the very early phase of the lunar month, and so it's good to build some momentum very slowly, set some new intentions, and in the context of both Cancer and Leo. So the new moon was technically in Cancer, but we have a lot of Leo energy, and the sun will be shifting into Leo this week. So Cancer is all about creating a protective environment for ourselves, connecting more with our emotions, our feelings, maybe even our past. That's already been the case and still good to do so. With Leo, it's all about self-expression. And so it's great to be connecting with our hearts, doing more of what we love and expressing ourselves. So this is really the theme of the week, all starting from this new moon. But Mercury did just go retrograde. So it's still, really starting a week here where it's good to be a bit adaptive, flexible, try new things. A great time to now start to go back and rehash some things from the past weeks that we've been thinking about. The sun will enter Leo around Tuesday, Wednesday, adding to that expressive energy there. And the most important aspect this week is on Wednesday. So Mercury will be retrograde over Venus, contacting Venus for the second time here. So while being a bit flexible, maybe connecting a little bit more to what we enjoy in life, a little bit more to our values, and maybe some of those relationships, and maybe some new things starting to be rehashed, reconsidered in regards to our values and relationships as well. All right, so a bit of a quiet week astrologically, but let's go ahead and take a look at all of this here in more detail when we return. Alrighty, so here's the sky for this week. We're going to look at this for each day of the week, starting first with Monday, August 5th. And as you can see here, we are using the visible sky on this channel, which is very different from mainstream astrology. You won't see this in mainstream astrology because unfortunately, they're not using the visible sky, and so the sign placements are different. For example, in mainstream, the sun is well set in Leo right now. But if you look up at the sky, coming into this week, you will see the sun still finishing Cancer. So the signs are different, placements are different. Definitely check out the link down below for more information if you're new to using the visible sky, called True Sidereal Astrology. All right, so like I said, a quiet week astrologically. I still think it's an important one, of course, being that we just started this new lunar cycle. Just had this new moon last Sunday, and Mercury just went retrograde coming into this week. But as you can see, a bit quiet, and most of the aspects, really just one, Mercury passing over Venus, is all concentrated in the early part of the week. So let's just do a little bit of a recap. Yes, there was that new moon. Yes, that was last Sunday, and it was in Cancer. And so it's really a new lunar month to be setting intentions with connecting more with our feelings, creating a safe and secure environment for ourselves, likely for others as well. A good time for caring, nurturing, and protectiveness there. And maybe reflecting a little bit more on the past. So basically our intrinsic values of life, anything that's around setting intentions with this, great to slowly build some momentum with. It's still very early in the lunar cycle coming into this week. And with Mercury having just gone station, there is also this reflection as well. So that's coming into the week. Mercury again station in Leo. These first couple days, good to just pause with a little bit of what we've been thinking about lately, starting to look at things from a different perspective, and anything that promotes redoing, rehashing, re-editing, reconsidering, all in this sort of flexible mindset that's so good to be in with Mercury retrograde. It can actually be a very constructive next few weeks where we can actually get a lot done that do require going back and doing things we hadn't done before, or re-editing things that we had done before. So anything that is promoting that bit of redoing, reflecting, and readapting, I think is a great way to work with this Mercury retrograde, and again, just slowly starting this at the beginning of the week. Again, the Mercury retrograde and really Venus as well are all in Leo. So again, really the reflection here is on expressing ourselves. What is it we love in life? What is it we're really passionate about? And how can we perhaps connect more with our hearts or express ourselves more in just a different way? Again, anything in the theme of self-expression, matters of the heart that we do want to reflect on, go back and redo, can be a great week to do so. So we're all just slowly starting that energy at the very beginning of the week, slowly building momentum in this lunar cycle. The moon will shift in Leo right away on Monday. So moon in Leo Monday, Tuesday, and the first half of Wednesday, adding to that expressive energy. And that's particularly the case when we do get to about late Tuesday, Wednesday, once the sun starts to get closer to Leo than Cancer. So the sun entering Leo around Tuesday, Wednesday is going to really, in some respects, finish up some of that protective energy of Cancer. Now, the new moon did just start in Cancer, so it is a whole month of this, but we're going to likely notice on more of a day-to-day level and more of what we're focused on, probably less on the intrinsic values and a little bit more on the passion values, the Leo values, matters of the heart, what we love, fun, playful, creative, this matters of the heart and expressive energy. Really good to be focused on this week, good to be connecting this way with Venus, and good to be reflecting on this stuff with that Mercury retrograde. So again, the sun's starting to enter very early in the week. Then as we do get to Wednesday, we do have the sun sextiling Jupiter. So there is an opening here for a little bit of expansiveness, right? Jupiter helps us expand our horizons a little bit, be a little bit more free-spirited, be a bit adventurous, whether it's adventurous of the mind or literally. And so it's not a major thing, but just good to know there's an opening for this. So anything that does require a bit of open-mindedness, a bit of free-spiritedness, a bit of adventure can be great to work with. It's a door opening that we can choose or choose not to walk through, but it is certainly available. And again, likely supporting us in this new path of self-expression here. Now, also Wednesday going into Thursday, the really only major aspect this week is that Mercury retrograde will pass over Venus for the second time here. So Mercury had already passed over Venus a couple weeks ago when he was direct, now going retrograde back over Venus. So good time to, I think this week, I think the main theme here, aside from building momentum, aside from cultivating self-expression, is also to reconsider what it is we value in life. Okay, with Mercury retrograde over Venus, it's usually a reconsideration of our values. In the context of Leo, yes, what we're passionate about, what we love, but I would say most specifically what it is we enjoy in life, what it is we want to connect more to in life. And that, of course, means personally and interpersonally as well. So Venus, often being the planet of relationships, signifies this also. So how can we perhaps rethink our values, rethink our relationships, right? How can we maybe go back and connect to some things we've enjoyed in the past, or connect to some relationships we've connected to in the past that can be enjoyable, or in the way that we did in the past in general. So this whole idea of experimenting, trying new things, and being flexible with our values and relationships, I think is a great way of working with this week. And again, we can learn a lot this week. There can be a lot rehashed. And then once Mercury goes direct and passes over Venus in about a month's time from now, this will then solidify more things. But, really for the next few weeks, again, during the retrograde, good to be flexible and adaptive there. Okay, so there could certainly be some insights, some nice shifts. I think that's just generally a good way of working with that conjunction. All right, so that's really the week in a nutshell. Once we do get to Thursday, the moon, really late Wednesday, the moon will be in Virgo, the next sign after Leo, and we'll stay here for the remainder of the week. So let's call it late Wednesday for the rest of the week in this very large constellation of Virgo, maybe carrying some of this expressive energy of Leo one step further. So the step after Leo, Virgo, is about refinement. It's about improvement. It's about striving towards perfection and really getting into the details of things. So I like to use the analogy of the painter for this cusp, for these two energies. Leo is the passion of the painter, the inspiration to make the artwork, but then Virgo is the actual work of painting, right? It's the actual technique, the skills, the doing it routinely every day. And so I think the second half of the week is a great time to see how we can ground some of those passions, inspirations, insights with this more Leo energy, but to do so in a way that's about improvement, refinement, and striving towards perfection. And I think generally a great way of doing that is really with self-improvement, personal development, and anything that's about creating structure in our day-to-day environment. All right, everyone. So a simple week astrologically, but I wouldn't write it off as like not important. It's still important. Just slowly building the momentum of this new lunar cycle, planting the new seeds for the next 30 days roughly. Once we do get to the end of the week, we will start to get to a much more action-oriented phase of the lunar month. We'll slowly start to enter into the first quarter, which is where we start to come to our first challenges of the lunar month. And it's good to really implement the energies, and things get a lot clearer in terms of what it is we're actually doing and what we're working on this month. So that'll be more so towards the end of the week, but early in the week, still just planting those seeds. Mercury being stationed on Monday, Sunday, good to be a bit paused with day-to-day matters early in the week, but all week experimenting, right? Thinking about things in a new way, trying different things, and redoing. All in the context of what we love, of Leo, self-expression, and I would say with the Venus, specifically what we value, what we enjoy in life, and those relationships as well as, again, some of those insights or new perspectives, or even in a sense kind of new beginnings that are still in the works can be emerging out of this conjunction here. On a very minor aspect, the Sun will be sextile Jupiter, adding to a little bit of open-mindedness or inspiration, which is kind of already the case with the Sun starting to go into fiery Leo around the same time, around, let's call it Wednesday. All right, so everyone, have a fantastic week. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to click the like button if you're watching this on YouTube. And if you haven't yet gotten your True Sidereal report, there's a link down below for that. Just type in your birth details and you'll see your sun, moon, and ascendant signs and what that means for you personally and how that's different from mainstream astrology. So if you haven't yet done that, there's a link down below. But again, have a great week, everyone, and I'll see you all next time for the next astrology forecast. Take care.